What we seen last night was far from exceptional. Well, actually, it was exceptional. It was astronomical. Okay, it was just an obliteration of how good Ja Morant actually is, man. Ja Morant missed 25 games. If you guys, living under a rock, he was suspended for the first 25 games of the season. He hasn't played since, I believe, April earlier this year. First game back, 34. 34. Not even talking about the assists and rebounds. I think he had about 6 or 8 rebounds and assists. But 34. No threes. All attacking the basket. Now, if you're the New Orleans Pelicans, man, I have a question for you. You are up 20-plus points. You're about 19 going into the half. You let somebody dog walk you like that to the paint, no threes. You have to have a conversation with yourself, your team, your coaches, your staff, everybody. Because that can't happen. Now, for Ja Morant, oh my gosh, you are box office. You are box office, Ja. First game back, box office. I'm glad the game is on TNT so the world can see what the NBA has been missing. I love when Ja Morant is playing at the highest, you know what I'm saying? The highest level. I love watching Ja Morant play. I really love when all point guards is healthy and playing, man. But man, when Ja's playing, bro, it's special. It's exceptional. It is extraterrestrial. Now I'm gonna watch a few of these highlights with you guys, and yeah, I want to also listen to Stephen A's debate with Jay Will as well. So it's gonna be a nice little lengthy episode, man. Enjoy.
And continue to get back to defending like they did in that first quarter. Morant goes right by.
Bro, if you, I'm gonna turn the sound off so I don't get copyright. But if you watching this, right, you're not thinking like, oh, this is his first game back. Like it's, bro, he's to the Baja on good defenders. Like Herb Jones is guarding him. Remember, I said I had Herb Jones as my early underdog defensive player of the year. Didn't like that last night. Did not look. He is walking Herb Jones down. Like walking him down. But I mean, this is like all consecutive, by the way. Hey. I mean, bro, special, man. Bro, special. Okay, so look, actually, I want to break down this game winner. But before we do that, I want to bring attention to something. Fuck it, let's just watch it. All right, so I want to break it down as it's happening. So look, they call a timeout. He's waving everybody off. He's ISOing Herb Jones. So, oh my gosh, do you understand how hard of a shot this is? Do you understand how hard it is to spin, right? To spin. Usually you're gonna spin and lay like the way you're going. He spun and went directly vertical. Do you understand how hard that is to do? You're dribbling one way. I want you guys to try it in the driveway, your backyard at a park. Drive one way, and then once you spin, try to go right back up without drifting. He went directly straight into the air. Like Herb Jones is anticipating he's going to go towards the basket. Ja spins and goes straight up in the air. Do you understand how special that is? That is special. Like, what do you, like, you understand what you guys are watching. No glaze. F the glaze word, bro. This is amazing. You couldn't script it any better, bro. Look at T Ray on the sideline or the baseline going crazy, man. Hey, bro. Ja is one of them ones, man. Now, what I do want to do is watch Stephen A. Smith and kind of debate with him and Jay Will, Mad Dog, and all them, and kind of just see what they got to say about this whole situation with Ja Morant. Yo, dig. I said that already. Said that already, Sal. Lock in.
Stephen A., how impressive is Ja?
Well, the brother's a superstar. All right, so it's not surprising. If you remember, Molly, go back to the tapes, the first take when I talked about him, and I said from the very beginning, when this brother comes back after a 25-game absence, he is going to wreak havoc. This is a superstar caliber player.
Absolutely.
He's unstoppable. You can't stop him from getting into the lane. He can do that when he wants to. I'm just looking at some of the notes here. 50% shooting, 12 or 24 from the field, even though he missed all of his threes, probably because he was winded. 8 assists, 6 rebounds, although 5 turnovers in 35 minutes. Who cares about that? Look at his points in the second half. After 7 points in the first half, 27 points on 56% shooting. Scored
Phenomenal.
8 of Memphis' 12 clutch points, 12 points in clutch time. You just look at it from that perspective. I don't know why the hell Willie Green kept putting Herbert Jones on him. I don't understand that one, but that's a different.
But I mean, Stephen A., that's their best defender. It's Herb Jones. Like dead ass. So I mean, who would you rather have put on him though?
Subject for another day, but Ja Morant is absolutely sensational, and not only that, he's mission-minded. He's on a mission. He knows it's his fault that this team is in a 6-19 hole coming in the last night's game.
Christ.
He knows that if he was on that floor, they wouldn't have been in that situation. So he could talk about keeping receipts all he wants to. Jay Williams, Mad Dog Russo, I'm going to tell you who he should be keeping the receipts against. When he did his press conference on Friday, okay, he talked about how he hadn't spoken to any players. Nobody called them. That's what he said. I don't know how accurate that was, but considering the quote-unquote brotherhood that is supposed to exist in the NBA, Jay Williams, and I'll defer to you, but considering the brotherhood that is supposed to exist, for you to be suspended for 25 games for nobody on any level in the NBA to reach out to you, check on you, see how you doing, the whole bit. As far as I'm concerned, those are the receipts he should be keeping in terms of the media.
Yeah, I didn't understand what he meant by kept the receipts. Like no one ever said Ja was weak or like overrated and like that. I mean, I certainly haven't seen it. I never said that. So I don't know what what he meant by kept the receipts. I think everybody was trying to hold him accountable for his actions. That was it. No one was saying that Ja Morant is less of a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't saying because of his actions he is no longer an all NBA caliber player. I don't remember seeing that anywhere in the media. So I don't know what he was talking about.
Was in the news. The commissioner suspended you. You verbalized the mea culpas. Whatever receipts that you keep, and it shouldn't be with anybody, any pundits or commentators on the air. It should be with the cats that never called to check up on you. You should be taking it out all on them because Memphis needs you to in order to get back into the playoff picture, which I believe he will do. I believe that Memphis will find themselves overcoming this 6-19 hole because of Ja Morant, and they'll make it to the play-in game.
Okay. I thought I was gonna say top 6. Play-in, I can see that, but it's a steep hole right now. It's a steep hole. Don't keep these receipts. I'm not saying they won't make it, but I'm just saying you got the Warriors in there. I mean, you got the Lakers in the play-in still. It's gonna be hard to climb out of that hole, but it's possible, very possible.
And they'll make it to the playoffs because of that, brother. That's how great he is.
Stephen A., before I address everybody, I just want to hear Ja Morant say that one more time. Can we play it back, please?
Ja running off the floor, someone caught you on camera saying, I keep receipts.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? And secondly, what was your meeting?
I feel like it's self-explanatory. Yeah, I remember.
Wait, but I mean, we need
Everything that was said.
Wait, what was said though?
I hope he wrote down every name of every individual, media, player, whatever Ja Morant needs to do. You know why, Stephen A.? Because you and I are both in the same boat. We want to see Ja Morant win as a human being. I want to see him win. I don't want to hear anything else about things happening off the court or, pistols or things of that sort, all these political conversations around that subject matter. I don't need to hear any of that. I want to see Ja Morant be the electric, prolific player that I saw last night. I want to see him win in the game of life and him get his team to the playoffs despite them not having Steven Adams, despite them not having Brandon Clark, despite them not having, other big-time players on this team to help them get there where he's at. Because that's the player who he deserves to be. So, in the game of basketball, I used to keep receipts of writers. Seth Davis, who is my friend now, I had his name plastered on my wall about I was going to be a top NBA draft pick or I had all these issues. Whatever Ja Morant needs to do to get there, if that's you, Stephen A. Smith, and how you felt about, the punitive decisions around his suspension, if that's me, I don't give a damn whoever it is.
Okay, that's real. Okay, that's real. I'm asking for in terms of like the receipts. Like I want to know what was said Granted, you know what I'm saying, if that's helping him play better, by any means, my brother, you know what I'm saying, yeah, do by any means, do anything you need to do to get yourself going because, man, we love watching Ja Morant play. But I feel like sometimes that is an actual adding to the motivation. So I feel what Jay was saying.
Whatever keeps Ja Morant to make the right decisions in his life off the court, to keep him hungry and incentivized to be the beast that we saw last night, whatever it needs to do for him to be the player he was, please, Ja Morant, keep all the receipts in the world because the game of basketball has missed you. Doggy,
Fact.
This dude has a chance to be the face of the NBA.
Well, he's a great player.
His talent jumps off the page more than anybody I've seen in the game of basketball today. That's my decision. I love watching him play every possession. So if that's what he needs to use as fuel to get him there, please, by all means, Ja Morant, keep all the receipts you need, brother.
But he's making it sound like they didn't do anything wrong.
But it's fine.
Why Matt? See, Matt doesn't say some bullshit, man. What are you talking about?
He got suspended twice, and he lied to
He didn't say he didn't do anything wrong.
Well, I mean, when you say I'm keeping receipts, that's an indication that you got wronged by people in the NBA.
No.
He didn't get wronged.
No, it's not.
He got suspended twice, and he lied to the commissioner. And he got 25 games.
I don't think that's an indication that he got wronged. I just think that's how athletes are built, doggy. Like, we can do things wrong, and when the whole world seems against you, when you're by yourself, you don't get calls from former players checking in on you. That's your natural. That's your natural, like, feeling and vibe to have. That's how you compete.
Facts.
Doggy, I just want to make sure I'm clarifying. Do you think he was playing the victim last night?
A little bit. Yeah,
really?
A little bit. I'm taking receipts. Hold on now. You're the one who got yourself in trouble. Taking receipts from what exactly? Go score, win the game, and that's the end of it. I don't know why you got to put attention to yourself. I'm taking receipts. He put himself in trouble, did he not?
No one's denying that, Mad Dog. No one's saying he didn't get himself in trouble. But what we're saying is like, wait, I'm Matt. He has me freaking befuddled. I'm confused right now. Under what circumstance or statement that Ja Morant said I kept receipts to make him seem like the victim? I think he's just saying, like, I seen everything that people were saying about me, whatever it is, you feel me? And I use that as motivation for when I come back, I'm gonna be on that ad. Never said it. Oh man, everybody, I'm the victim. Like everybody had it. I don't think that's what he was coming from with the receipt statement, brother.
His fault, was it?
Let me give you some insight real quick on just being a former player.
Oh my gosh, thank you. JJ, I have an actual quote from Rashad. I think Rashad Phillips tweeted this the other day. Yes, Rashad Phillips. This is perfect timing. There's a difference between watching basketball and knowing basketball. Too many people think they know because they watch. I'll read that first sentence again. There's a difference between there's a difference between watching basketball and knowing basketball. Too many people think they know because they watch. I watch a lot of home improvement shows on TV, but that doesn't mean I know how to build a house. Watchers and knowers. Oh my gosh, that's a bar. Basically, in layman terms, saying there's a lot of people out there that can watch hours of basketball film, but they don't know what it's like to be on that floor. They don't know what it's like to be in that field. They don't know what it's like to be in the line of the fire at the highest levels. You feel what I'm saying? For me, I watch a lot of football. I don't know jack crap about what it is to be out there. I've only played Pop Warner for 3 years. I can say all I want to say, and like, you know what I'm saying, about my team. I'm a Charger fan, but that doesn't mean I know about the game. About basketball, though, I know and I live this game. Two total different things. Mad Dog is a watcher.
Number one, not a politician. It doesn't absolve me from saying the right things or understanding how to say the right things, but obviously my skill set is to play the game of basketball at a very high level. I haven't spent 20 years in front of a camera understanding how to talk to abide to everybody, what they need me to be, and not making an excuse at all. But number two, you never see me gloat about things that I've accomplished, right? Like as a former player, you know, like, oh, I was two-time that. You don't say things like that. I remember my losses way more than I remember my championships.
Absolutely.
I can go back and tell you about the time that we lost it. You know, my freshman year lost to Florida, and Florida ends up losing to Michigan State in the championship game. I can tell you my junior year, by the time, you know, we lose to IU, I missed a free throw to end my college career. IU loses to Maryland in the championship game, a team we beat twice that year, right? I remember my losses way more than I remember my wins. So a lot of times athletes, the way we're built is the knocks that we have, even though they may be warranted, they may be accurate, because maybe it's hard for me to deal with youth and fame and power and all this stuff. I didn't make all the maturity decisions because you're watching me grow in front of your eyes. But I remember those things because those things motivate me to.
I gotta get Jay on the pause, man. Bro, he's spitting right now. He's spitting right now, man. Continue.
Be better on the court and to be a better person. So I think that just to try to help you relate to Ja, I don't think it was playing victim. I think that's just how athletes are naturally built. We remember where we went wrong more so than where we went right. You know what I mean?
But shouldn't he be just motivated by the fact he hasn't played in 25 games and his team is 6-19?
I think that's what he was talking about.
Well, he brought up receipts, which
because that means shots from everybody, shots from people. Shots from people on his character, who he wants to be, shots on his family. It may be warranted. It doesn't mean he can't use that as motivation, though. That's what I think he means.
Here comes Stephen A. Let's hear it.
Let me say this.
You think I'm wrong, Stephen A?
Yes.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you. Let me explain why. You're not wrong with what you're saying. You're right. I apologize. You're right. But you're wrong to be the one saying it, because very few people call out players more than you.
Oh, I call yes.
In terms of their behavior. So what I'm saying to you is that what Doggy says, I'm saying falls in line with what you usually say. If you look at you when players transgress.
Hey, hold on, time out. Sometimes Stephen A be talking and I be lost. I feel like he tries to get too deep and too analytical, too depthical. Make a new word. Let me hear that again.
Saying falls in line with what you usually say. If you look at you when players transgress and they do stuff that gets in the way of their own success, and I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it. I'm just simply saying this morning, what you're explaining, when I heard Doggy's point, I thought you would agree with it because I'm accustomed to seeing you do it. So I get your point. You're not wrong with what you're articulating.
I see what he's saying.
But even in the process of articulating what you just did, Jay Williams, you're the one who's usually in the front of the line saying, yo, man, y'all got to do better. This is about life. What about your behavior? This is how you conduct yourself. We don't want to hear this, and that. All Doggy is saying, to me, is what you usually say. That's all I'm saying.
No, but he didn't say names.
No, I know that. I'm just talking about the principle.
I think both things can be true. I think you both can be
right. Both things can be true.
Yeah, Doggy's just a little more old school with it. Like, come out, do your thing. Don't make it about other people. And you're just saying use anything as motivation. So I think it's just a difference of opinion, but you both can be absolutely right.
This is cat, man. Look, look, bro. If Michael Jeffrey Jordan came out and said something similar to that, everybody would be praising him. Oh my gosh, the GOAT kept receipts. Oh my gosh. But because it's somebody who the media scrutinized for his wrongdoings off the court, now it's just go out there and do your job. It's like they're playing two sides of the fence here. I'm not saying Stephen A's doing it. I'm not necessarily saying Mad Dog's doing it, but he's kind of doing it right now, subconsciously. But that's what I'm talking about, man. It's people try to play two sides of the fence depending on the person. I don't like that. That's what I feel personally.
And listen, if this is a sign of things to come, game-winning buzzer beater, 34 points, things are going in the right direction.
He's a great player. He's going to do this.
When you do things to get in the way of your own success as an athlete.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Jay Williams is usually at the front of the line calling that out.
But last night, though, was not about that. Bro, last night was about an exceptional performance, though. Why can't we just acknowledge that and appreciate it, though? That's my only thing. That's my only thing.
And you're not wrong. No, I'm not chiding you for it.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. I'm just saying it's what you do.
I want to get to some football.
That's what Doggy was talking about.
On a lighter note.
Hey, man, W video, though, man. W video. No, I appreciate watching First Take, man. I honestly would, like, in all actuality, seriousness, I appreciate what Stephen A does for the game of basketball and just media in general. Like, I grew up watching Stephen A since high school, you know what I'm saying, on First Take and all that. So it's like, for me, being in this position now where it's like, I want to actually be somewhere in that area, ballpark, you know, debating with Stephen A and all them. So it's like, seeing him do this year after year after year after year is amazing, man. He's exceptional at what he does, man. He is a Hall of Famer in this business. If not, he might be one of the best, if not the best, at what he does, man. So at the end of the day, it's all love. I like hearing different perspectives too, but I also like to give my perspective on certain situations, and this allows me to do that, man. So shout out to First Take, shout out Stephen A, J Will, Mad Dog, and Molly. It's all love this way, man. That'll do it for me today, though, man. Sayonara, Ja Morant. We missed you, my dog, and we are happy you're back. You dig?